Hello everyone, Derek Stam Toys, and we are back with another action figure review. Of course we are. We've got plenty of them coming. I will be straight up and honest with you right now. Originally, I was going to put this figure and another figure actually in this wave. And like a duo review, or I was maybe going to save the package so I could do a bigger unboxing video, but I'm not gonna lie, I didn't think all of my packages would have came today, so I opened it yesterday to see what the figures looked like and stuff. So you can tell this package came a wee bit fucked up, but I'm also a wee bit fucked up, so it doesn't bother me any. But if I can, it kind of looks like we can just open the Omos up from the top. So I'm gonna try to do that without camera cutting. Might have to still camera cut at the end of the day, but hey. Ooh, there's one half. Now, normally I open it from the bottom, but I don't really think it matters here. Now, I don't know if from that angle if you were really able to see the other figure that's in this wave that I got, but soon enough you shall find out. Soon enough. Now, will he be a pain in the ass to get out of the plastic prison? I don't know. I'm gonna do this part off of camera. Alrighty. He does not come with a whole lot of accessories, but while we've got him out of his plastic prison, let's go over some of those accessories now, shall we? Of course, he does come with 2 sets of hands. Comes with a set of mic holding hands, or weapon holding hands, or whatever the hell holding hands. And he also comes with a set of fist hands. I do love the way they're molded and sculpted, though they aren't really like huge hands. They're kind of like normal sized hands, I'd say. Plus, he also comes with this nice little entrance hood. Never realized it had logos there. Kind of curious as to what it even says, because I don't know. I can't really read that even on camera, so maybe some of you guys can let me know at home. But with that being said, mate, let's get into this gigantic ass motherfucker himself. And in all honesty, this figure is pretty sick so far, just having it in house, posing it around a little bit, you know. It's got a pretty decent look forward on the ab crunch. He can look back he can look back quite a bit when he's not being a loser about it. There we go. It's got a really nice head scan. I think it's the original Omos head scan. Like, I don't think they did anything different between his original figure and this one. Definitely will say the difference in the arms are really nice to see, though, as his original figure definitely did not have these size of arms. His kick forward's a little ass, but in all honesty, when it comes to most big men, their kick forward's a little ass, so I recommend doing it a little bit more from the side. If you're gonna do a big boot, it'll just pose around a tad bit better, trust me. It's got nice little sculpts here on the back of the leg. You even got it painted there too. Got nice little red stripes and the same kind of buckle mold on the front of the pants. That's actually really cool. Of course, double pinless knees. Oddly enough, you don't hear it just casually clicking the whole way through, only when you put it back in place. So this might be the best set of pinless legs I've ever personally seen in my whole life. Like, you saw that. I bent it, no sound. A little bit of sound, a little bit of sound. That's actually pretty good. I hope the legs keep on with that, because it's kind of annoying when it doesn't. But of course, We've got these pretty cool boots. I don't know if we've ever seen this boot mold anywhere on any figures. So I don't know, maybe you can tell me. But these boots don't really look all that like new. But they don't really look like other boot molds I've seen before. So I mean, maybe you guys can let me know what you think about that here in the comment section below. But why don't we get into a little bit of action figure comparison, seeing on how we finally have Omos in the collection, and we can go from there. Alrighty, now that we've got a couple of figures, personally I would have went out of my way to go get Braun Strowman, but sadly the Braun Strowman is somewhere in a different tote, so I didn't really feel like digging around for him. But these were all the ones I could immediately find right off the rip. We've got probably one of my favorite Elite Big Shows of all time. And even standing next to Omos, you can just see how big in comparison he is. Especially when you've got a big man like Brody Lee standing in the front, or Luke Harper. You've got Hanson, you've got Bronson Reed, or whatever they call Hanson now. He could be Ivar, I can't remember. I just know he's not Eric. Anywho, now that you can see that, why don't we get these figures out of the ring now? We can get them all posed up, right? And then we can get into the final thoughts. Alrighty, you guys, now that we've got him all posed up, he's got his manager here, MVP. Of course, I got him all decked out with all of his chains. Maybe this is something we could inevitably see in the pig fed. I'm not going to say it is, I'm not going to say it isn't, but you know, one interesting thing to think about here is just how much this man's tall, like, he towers over the referee, bro. What a interesting and unique figure to actually have in retrospect, especially Omos' second figure ever. Maybe I'll go out of my way, track down the first one. Worst case scenario, we could do an arm swap on that bitch. I don't know. I don't know if the skin tone's a bit of a different shade in color or anything like that, because I don't have the original one. Hence why we never did that in the comparison. Anywho though, what are my final thoughts on this bad boy here? Besides the hands, you know, being a little too tiny, like the open mic hands, if I want to throw them, actually, you know, like they don't look too bad in comparison, probably because they're open, but if you think about it, those fists do look a little tiny inside of these Omos hands to really even fathom that, like, those are his hands. That's kind of weird. But other than that, you know, like, looking at all the little designs, like, he's got the little design here on the side that I kind of noticed after getting them all set up. The little design there on the back. The Nigerian giant, man. And what a giant he is, being able to tower with some of the best big men that I have, not just in my collection, but probably also in your collection as well. Unless you've got a Giant Gonzalez, then at that rate, where the fuck do you get that? That's probably like an old Jax release, huh? I don't know, but before I get too lost in the sauce here, what would I rate this on a scale of 1 to 10? With the hands really being my only problem, everything else moves fairly buttery smooth. I don't know about the ankles, did not test that out, so keep that in mind. I'd have to say this figure's at least a good solid, like 7.5, 8, right? Like, yeah, some of the posing is a little shish, but that comes with the big man figures. Not even every big show can do a big boot, which is kind of a sad reality to think about. But what isn't a sad reality to think about is the fact that I am going to say screw it. We're going to give him a good solid 7.8. He's damn near perfect, especially with the new arm mold. that, mind you, I wouldn't have even realized if it wasn't for My Damn Toys. So, you know, a little shout out to him. Not that he needed it, but MDT actually did point that out in his review. And it is such a nice but yet small detail. And on that note, though, when it comes down to the star rating, because, you know, for our Mounter boys, we gotta get the star rating in. Too sweet me, brother. As far as that star rating goes, what would we want from big old Uncle Dave? Well, on a scale of 1 to Young Buck match, I'd have to say this is probably a good solid 3.5 on the scale, maybe a 3.8 if you really want to push it there. But I'm going to at least say a 3.5. Everything is great. I love the little entrance hoodie, though it doesn't pose around the best with his arms. It's kind of just a whatever case why I don't have like his arms posed all the way up. Because oddly enough, his thingy would move if I did. But yeah, on that note, if you liked the video, feel free to like the video. If you didn't like the video, womp womp, I guess. But if you did like the video, feel free to go check out some of my other action figure content. We've got plenty of action figure reviews coming over the next couple of days. Ooh, excuse me for that. We've also still got the episode 10 I am working on. I don't know why I said the episode 10, but we've got episode 10 that I'm still working on. I legit just have the main event, bro, so keep your eye out for that, especially with the idea that it's the American Nightmare Open Challenge that I'm filming now. So who knows, because I've waited this long, maybe Omos accepts that open challenge. Probably not, but in all reality, really cool figure to have. Definitely recommend going and checking out some of my other content. And if you would like to, feel free to subscribe. After all, it is free to subscribe. I want to say we are currently sitting at 218 subscribers, which is kind of nuts to think about if I'm going to be quite frank. Especially knowing how long ago we just hit 200. So even if it's a nice little slow rise, because to me that is a little bit of a slow rise, I'll accept it, man. I'm here for it. If you could, though, feel free to subscribe. Our end goal for the year is at least 250 right now. If we can get to that goal and or manage to beat that goal before the end of the year, maybe I'll pop it up to 300, even though that might be a little bit unrealistic. I don't know. Could happen by the end of the year. Who knows? I got some big things coming. Big plans here. Big plans. Anywho, I think on that note, I'm going to leave you guys alone for now, because I, like I said, I got a bunch of action figure reviews and shit to do today. So, on that note, have a good rest of your day, night, evening, whatever the case is, because I don't know where you live. I'm not in your time zone, and even if I were, where would I be? Kind of a fun question to ask at the end of each review. And with that being said, deuces, ooses, yeet. Oh shit, hold up. Yeet. There we go.